guys, well, I have been backtracking. I've been a little bit backtrack. I got all my videos I needed to do done. Let's talk about Daredevil Season 2. Man, this was a good season. Season 2, I'm going to talk about the story, but I have to spoil some kind of ways of the first season. So if you have not seen the first season, go check it out. Let's talk about Daredevil Season 2. Daredevil Season 2 takes place right after the events of Season 1. Will Fisk has been arrested. He has been incarcerated. He is in jail. Daredevil is... Now a lot of people are looking up to him. They're realizing that this guy is a lot more meaningful than something else. And a lot of stuff is going on in this show. You get the character of Daredevil. He has to face new threats. He has to face the Punisher. He has to face an old flame of his with Elektra. Also, though, as Matt Murdock, he's struggling. He's struggling with his firm and with Foggy and with Karen about how he really is as a lawyer and as a person compared to Daredevil. And also with the Hand. They're the biggest villains of this series. The Hand is the people who are coming after Daredevil in the entire city after everything he's got. What did I think of Season 1? Season 1 was absolutely fantastic. Season 1 is still the best thing I think one of the best things Marvel has ever done. And it's like the Batman Begins of Daredevil. Even though I love Season 1 a bit more than this, I have to admit something. Daredevil Season 2 is the Dark Knight of the Marvel Daredevil series, of the Marvel Universe. This was fantastic. This is how you go out with a bang for a second season of Daredevil. This is like the Dark Knight of the whole Marvel Universe. I loved every second of it. Well, Charlie Cox, he was great as Daredevil. He was great at Matt Murdock. He really portrayed it. And while I prefer him more in the last season than I did in this one, I loved him in this show. I thought he really did the responsibilities of Daredevil. His new suit is freaking awesome, though. I will admit to that. But I liked how Matt Murdock he's like what they did the last season. He isn't 100%, he can get hurt. He isn't Ben Affleck on what they did in 2003, where he isn't invincible and jump 400 feet in the air. He can get hurt, and he does in this show. And the way I liked about him and Foggy and Karen and the problems that he's facing besides being Daredevil is amazing. Let's talk Elektra. Now, I do not remember the young lady's name who plays Elektra, but she's absolutely fantastic. She is an old flame of Daredevils, and you can tell that they have this chemistry. Also, the relationship between him and Karen, and there's a triangle between all three of those, it works. Elektra was badass. I loved Elektra. I thought she was freaking awesome, and the things that happened at the end of this, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it ends off with a bang, and I can't wait to see what they do next. But the thing that took the series from me, the thing that stole this whole show, and every scene this character was in, I loved, was Jon Bernthal as the Punisher. I'm a fan of the Punisher. He's one of my top 10 favorite comic book characters of all time. Jon Bernthal is, in my opinion, the best portrayal of Punisher we have had so far. This is an absolutely riveting character who has morals, who has flaws, who has things that he doesn't care. When he's taking out the Irish mob, he's taking them out. He is taking them out with a vengeance. And man, him and Daredevil's fight scenes clash. Episode 3 is by far my favorite, where you get more of his backstory. It's by far my favorite episode of the whole season. But him and the rivalship between him and Daredevil and the way how it all ends is amazing. Also, there's a great cameos that I'm not going to give away that really come into, and I was so pumped by the end of the series. Big villains, the villain is not Punisher. The villain is not Elektra. It's the Hand. And the way the Hand was great, they were a great villain. People were thinking, oh, the Punisher is going to be the villain. And that's why people were disappointed. Some people didn't like it this season, and they were disappointed. The Hand are the villain. You need to know the Hand is the villain of this franchise. They're the villains of this season. It's not Wilson Fisk. It's not the Punisher. It's not Elektra. And it's the Hand. And the Hand is great. This is the Dark Knight of the whole Daredevil franchise. And I can't wait to see what they do in Season 3. And man, there were some great appearances from the last season that I'm not going to get into. But man, it was great to see how this ends and the way it wraps up and the way it's going into. Looking forward to Season 3. That being said, Daredevil had every single aspect. And Marvel's Netflix series, they're strong. Daredevil Season 1 is still, in my opinion, my favorite of them. Then I would go this one. I would actually say this might just be my least favorite of the ones so far because I rewatched Jessica Jones. I love Jessica Jones, but maybe this might be better. I have to rewatch it, but man, this show ever pay off. Guys, I'm going to give Marvel's Daredevil Season 2 an A. Check out if you have not seen a single season. Check out both of Marvel's Daredevil Season 1 and 2. And also check out Jessica Jones because Jessica Jones is really, really fantastic as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. I apologize this review came a little late. I got my Man of Steel review coming out later today, guys. And prep for Batman v Superman. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you guys like this, like, share, subscribe with your friends, and have a great Christmas day.